Hey everybody, this is Sam Quach and welcome to today's edition of the Health and Lifestyle series where we're all about your health and your well-being. Guess who we have here today? Yen the Hypnotherapist. Can I call you that, Yen?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, we gotta figure out a jingle for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yen Cleary, Hypnotherapy.
And a little bit of a jiggly dance. Well, welcome back, Yen. It's so awesome to have you back in the studio. This is part 2. And for those who've missed part 1, you can find it at our YouTube channel at Down Under Radio Programs. You've been so busy, Yen, and
yes.
I can see that. What's been happening since the last time I saw you? You've been seeing a lot of clients?
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more clients now. I think everyone's telling each other about me. So normally I'll get a phone call like, oh, I heard about you. And then I asked my husband about it. And he said, yeah, I heard about this girl in Parramatta that she does the quit smoking and hypnotherapy. Let's Google if it's the same girl.
Really?
And then they'll Google it, and then they found that they've heard about me from different sources.
Different sources?
Yeah, so mainly now I've been a lot word of mouth.
Really?
Which is really exciting.
It's the best way, isn't it?
Yep.
Through word of mouth.
That's right.
And you come from this radio station?
I'm not sure. We haven't found a way to track that. So
yeah. Well, what sort of conditions have you helped with?
Lately, I've been doing a lot of anxiety, depression, a lot more quit smoking, which is really exciting.
Okay.
Smoking is really expensive now, and a lot of illnesses come from it, like all different kinds of illnesses, including emphysema, cancer, and a lot of more stress-related and family financial issues that come from it now. So people are really excited to quit smoking. And I do know that every smoker goes through the thought, I want to quit.
Yes.
But now it's actually real and people want to do it. So it's an exciting time.
Yeah. Well, it's all linked, isn't it? A lot of it's linked to smoking.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's perhaps emotional things as well? I mean, you mentioned the other day, we're going to talk about this towards later in this segment, about happiness.
Yeah. And
do you think it's an emotional thing as well?
Well, a lot of people, they go to cigarettes because it's an outlet, like to escape. But the thing is, if I was stressed and I'm at my desk and I left my desk and went outside and went for a walk, that's a breaking state. And that's relaxing anyway. It's not actually the cigarette that's have them relaxing. It's actually leaving their work area, whether it's in a factory, in a hospital, in the office, or at the cafe, or in a restaurant. It's a matter of taking yourself away from the space that's giving you the stress and then being on your own and taking the deep breaths and the time that you have for yourself. That's actually the de-stressing thing, because when you have a cigarette, it actually palpitates your heart, increases and spikes everything. It has your body experience being more stressed, but it's covered up by being on your own, taking deep breaths of air.
So you're saying that it's a way that people break state?
Yeah.
Is that what you find?
That's exactly it. So if you break state, leave the situation, which is go for a walk, go and have a tea, go be with a friend, or go outside, get on the phone. Any of those things is a matter of breaking state where you currently are that's giving you the stress.
But also it's an addiction, isn't it? Cigarettes is also...
it's not an addiction at all because, if you're addicted to heroin and you want to quit, and then you're a smoker that wants to quit, so two people are in front of you, those two, they both want to quit. One wants to quit smoking, the other one wants to quit heroin. So there's physical ailments that the heroin addict will have, like convulsing on the ground, or you have to tie them down, or if they escape, then they'll rob someone or get whatever money that they can to go get their hit. But a person that's quitting smoking and they're not allowed it, they will never go and rob anyone, or they will never...
They do get withdrawal.
They do
symptoms,
have a withdrawal, but it's not like physical, like convulsing on the ground or sweating. They get anxious or they get crabby or kind of angry and kind of walk around. They're not going to rob anyone. They're not going to do anything physical like that, okay? And then, so there's no physical thing that happens with a smoker. And then also, if you compare that to a heroin addict, if they put a syringe in one arm, they've had their hit, okay? They don't now need to put a syringe in the other arm. But a person that's quitting smoking, they can put a patch on their arm, which is equivalent to, 4 or 5 packets of cigarettes worth of nicotine, and that full amount is in their body, they can still have a cigarette. See? But a heroin addict can have the needle in the one arm and it's in their body. They don't need to put it in the other arm. There's no addiction. They have the nicotine in the patch because anything you put on your skin goes directly into your bloodstream. So you have more nicotine than you ever need from a cigarette, from that patch, but you can smoke.
But nicotine, it's proven that it actually passes through your body very fast. That's why people need to replace it more often. And we'll probably know the real effects of it if cigarettes was taken away from people totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. What will happen then? I mean,
you would never go rob anyone. You would never have physical convulsing or sweating on the ground.
Yes. Not that heavy.
And
isn't it?
look, the other thing is, my sister's father-in-law, he has emphysema and he's never smoked a cigarette in his life. He's just been travelling in a band, and they all smoked, and he just inhaled that. And he's never had a cigarette, so there's no physical addiction, but he has all the ailments of emphysema. See, so people can contest it, and you can talk about it or argue as much as possible, but there are evidence that there isn't, because I've had a lady come and she quit smoking, and she's been smoking for 56 years. A packet or 2 packets a day, and in an hour quit. And no problem. She walked outside and she's like, "Oh, I just walked past the smoker." Oh, and I said, "Oh, okay, so?" And she's like, "Oh, I just felt sorry for her. Thanks, I've quit smoking. I'm not smoking." So she loves it.
So you think it's the power of thought that's more powerful than...
I just don't think that there's a addiction involved. I just think it's a really strong habit, and habits are really easy to break if you do it for 3 months.
Right.
Your brain will naturally break that habit yourself. If you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, then 3 months you've broken a habit. But it's really quick. It's instant with hypnosis. Right. So it's in the hour, and you can quit smoking no matter how long you've been smoking. So it's really exciting for us.
Okay, well, interesting. Well, I mean, last week, the last time you were here, I think it was about two months ago, was it? And you talked about what you do as a hypnotherapist. I've seen you go from, in the early stages, doing hypnotherapy. Also, I know that you also raised $80,000 just selling jackfruit as well, and just all by yourself. You've done that, and also you're running your late father's sewing business as well. And I know you're a real go-getter, and you have proven that you can achieve what you want in life. But what is this next project that you were telling me about that you're setting out to achieve? You mentioned something about plans to empower women.
Yes, that's right.
And tell me more. Tell me more about that.
So it's really baby stages. We're just doing the market research, the business plan, and the promoting of it. We're looking for investors. We're looking for people that are willing to invest their time. Really successful women. I've got a few people that have already said yes, that they're going to give their time. So what we're looking to do is empowering women. So it's a mentor program, also a magazine, and you can subscribe to the magazine, or you can be a member of, it's called International Women.
International Women.
Yeah,
you thought of the name already?
Yeah, so we've got the business name.
Yes.
We've got the .com.au. Still looking to buy the .com there. So it's in its very, very early stages. So international women, just to empower women.
Wow.
And we're looking to mentor teams. So there's a government body that I'm looking to speak to so that they can send us the people, and we've just got a tender for it.
Wow.
So we are looking to empower women that are divorced and they've been taking care of the children. They really haven't worked and they have ideas. So our first thing that we're going to do is April 30th. We're having a dinner, and we're doing actual physical things. So hot seats. So if your company is struggling or you need coaching, we're going to have a panel of 4 elite women that have been really successful in business. That's the panel, and you can be in front of the panel, and there'll be all the guests around as well. So your business will be critiqued and looked at and really asked questions about it. What you do is you pitch, you tell what's the next thing that you want from your business and what you really need with your business.
So it's like a Shark Tank for women.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I called it a think tank for women.
Yeah, think tank.
And a hot seat or something like that. So that's what I've come up with now. And so when you're sitting down and you're listening to the company that's being critiqued in the hot seat, you yourself will get something for your business. So it's really well worth everyone coming just to see the person. And really, the person that's in the hot seat, they're the courageous one that's really open and letting their business be really seen by the public. And then afterwards, a lot of people can come to them and assist with money or offer help in any way. You can do deals. So if you can assist them and they can buy something that forwards their company. So it's really a beautiful mentoring process.
Wow.
And
mentoring for
mentoring
women.
for women. Yeah,
that's awesome. We've got to have one for men.
You can run the one for men.
That's really different and innovative. Is anything out there like right now?
I think there are a few different ones. I'm not sure. I did look into it, and there are a few different ones, but it's just not. I don't think it's exactly. Yeah. And people are pretty private and things like that. I'm encouraging more open and transparent business, so everyone can kind of help everyone, really. Yeah, because if your business is missing something, another business could fulfill on it.
Yes. Yes. Just fill in the missing pieces.
Yeah, and then on the day there will be business cards being swapped. And actually, on the day, you would want to refer 2 clients, and then you would want to be doing real deals. Like the first person that does a deal, which is like buy something for $500 or do a purchase with another company, they'll get an award. Yeah, so we'll award really not passive activity, like forwarding real activity. Will reward that.
Wow. Sounds like an awesome plan, Yen.
Yeah.
Why do you think this is important, what you're doing?
I just think that businesses can help businesses. So it's more business to business. And then women can help women, especially the women that are really successful already. It's a mentoring process where it's over 6 weeks, and it's a 1-hour phone call once a week with your mentor.
6-week course. So it's an actual course.
Yeah.
That you've been doing.
So, and it's free. So it's free. Yeah. So the meeting, everything is free. Everyone can come for free. If you buy food, then you'll need to pay for your food. And then you can subscribe to the magazine, or you can be a part of it's $4.95 to be a member. And that in the long term, not too long, I hope, is that $4.95 is actually going to be micro-lend to other businesses, so a startup business. So in Australia, I did look at it. To start a business, you need $1,000. So I'll need 2 of those memberships to micro-lend to a new business, a teen or a newly divorced woman that has a business idea.
So your funds, the funds will actually go towards helping women who are in need of this assistance.
Yep. So the funds will micro-lend to a business, and then the business, they don't need to pay it back until they're profitable. So once they're profitable, they can pay us back, and then we will then lend it out again.
Yes.
So
yes.
I need a lot.
You mean like pay it forwards sort of thing?
So pay it forward. So
Yeah.
I need a lot of assistance, like anyone that knows how to run micro lending, anyone, like the company is brand new. So I'll need every kind of assistance. And
Okay.
you can invest if you want as well.
All right, well, we're putting it out there on the radio right now.
Yeah.
Anybody would like to be part of this project, please contact Yen.
Yeah, so nervous about it.
No, I know you can do it, Yen, and I've seen what you've done in the past. So, yeah, keep us up to date on that. And, I mean, I see you do a lot of projects, you know, like from your businesses. Also traveling as well. I see you do that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for the listeners out there who feels like they're overwhelmed in their life, just have a look at Yen, what she's doing. I mean, she's taking on so much, but how do you do it, Yen? How do you take on so much projects when you already got a lot of things?
Yeah, we were
going
looking before, remember, Sam, like talking about happiness.
Yes.
So I think for me, people are running around looking for happiness. Okay. So happiness is, when I get the job or when I pay off my debts, then I'll be happy. When I get the partner, then I'll be happy. When I get my degree, then I'll be happy. So happiness is a moving goalpost. So it's always moving. So once you've got the job, you're still unhappy because that's still the same you that was looking for the job. So happiness is a goalpost that runs away from you. So as soon as you've got there, it's already 2-3 kilometers away. And then if it's a bigger goal, then it's 10 kilometers away or 100 kilometers away for our next thing that has us be happy. So for me, I really experience happiness is where you come from. So you already are happy. So I do know that in the moments of those dark times when you're by yourself and you feel that utter sadness or loss or anxiety or some sort of depression, the one thing that has worked for me is just to be happy with a cup of tea. So when you get the cup of tea, you look at the tea and you look at the cup and then you experience the smell. And then you put it to your mouth and you experience the drinking of it. And and then be thankful that you have taste buds. Be thankful that you have eyes that can see the tea. Be thankful that you have your hands to pick up the cup. Be thankful that you can smell, and that's where you can, for once, find happiness where you currently are. So where you come from is, I'm happy that I have these things.
Like they say, happiness is not a destination, but it's actually the process. And as you say...
Yeah, the journey.
The journey, that's what they all say.
Yeah, that's right.
And you find that to be true, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, so there's another quote, I think it was... But happiness is the way. I forgot what quote that was. Well, so you get what Yenny's saying. Happiness is the way. So
and I do completely understand in the moments where, you're crying and it's just a massive upset, and you can't see the way. What I always do is give myself fully to the crying. So give myself fully to the upset and cry. So just let it out and cry. And, I always wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I'm very transparent with who I am. And so if I feel
I've never seen you cry though.
You're lucky. So I think if you're more open and willing to talk about it, or even if you don't want to talk about it, you want to be by yourself, like you can just be in your own room and really cry and let it out, that's when it disappears. So when you be with your sadness, it disappears. But if you resist the sadness and push it away and push it under the bed or like put it aside and no, you're not going to face it, then that's when it just infests into illnesses like colds, flus, cancers, aches and pains. Yeah. So it shows up as an ailment because it wants to be expressed and it's not. So it will express itself in other body issues and things like that.
So you just let it flourish.
Yeah,
that's how it will
let
go
it
away.
out. That's it.
Yeah.
So normally I think if you have stomach pain, liver pain and things like that, they're different kind of angers.
Yeah.
So yeah, liver is mainly anger suppressed, so you'll have a liver issue and things like that. So
yeah.
But you can Google all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louise Hay, she has the alchemy of
How you can heal your life.
yeah, like if it's aches and pains, she will say which organ
Yes.
or what. Yeah, so Louise Hay, she has that, and you can Google that and you can find different diseases and where it's coming from and what kind of emotional support you need in which organ. That's really, really good.
Well, talking more about happiness, like the inner and the outer happiness, there's a difference there, isn't there?
So I really honor and appreciate people that, when you're sad, you reach out. That's really, for me, courageous. So you have the inner happiness, you've got to work on yourself through whatever it is you like, a sport, yoga, meditation. But those things are kind of a little bit harder. It's a stronger person that can do that, because even I find it hard to meditate because all my worries and concerns, they're louder. But what I really acknowledge and appreciate is people that reach out. You can reach out to your friends. You can leave your house and go and have a tea, or go to the park and sit on your own, or, call up your friends, make a group and create outings like hiking, camping, or like going to the beach, or just going to dinner or a lunch with someone else. That's outside happiness. That once you're with those people, or the people that you love, your family members, in that moment is beautiful. And when you're present to, wow, I'm actually here with the people and not thinking about other things, that's true happiness. And the thing is, it's really great when you are with your friends and all of a sudden you catch yourself saying, oh, I was just thinking about my work or my taxes. And then that moment that you catch yourself doing that, then you're present again. See, when you're like, oh, hang on a second, I was just thinking about my taxes. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you. I'm with you now. That in that moment, you just are present with people. That's exciting. That's true happiness, when you actually catch yourself doing that, and then you're with that person with no other noise in your head. Yeah, and that's an outside source of happiness.
Yeah, because the outside, I think, it relies on the outside source.
It relies on people.
Yeah, to make you happy. But wherever you go, you are with yourself, right? So I was thinking, just say, okay, you bought something lavish like a boat. Okay, I'm happy I bought this boat, right? But then if you're having all this anxiety and all these stresses in your life and you're unhappy about things in your life, when you go to that boat with all that unhappiness, what you thought that boat would make you happy, you walked in with your unhappiness.
That's right.
The whole boat becomes unhappy, isn't it?
That's right. That's that goalpost that is running away from you all the time.
Yes, exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So happiness is an inner thing. And yeah, I like to, to ponder upon that. And that's what I find too. Happiness is within yourself. And wherever you go, you take that with you. Doesn't matter what place that makes you happy, but if you're not happy inside, you're going to take that with you everywhere you go. So
yeah, that's right.
That's an inner thing. You get a lot of clients coming in about happiness.
Yes.
What do you find that they're not happy about?
Oh, lots of things. It's a lot of times it's circumstantial. So their circumstance in that moment, what they're dealing with, has them be unhappy. So what we do is we create a future. Like, the more you talk about the past, the more real that becomes, and it's not really like they've done exams and tests and things like that with people that gone through big, massive trauma. Say they interview them on the day and they're like, oh, I escaped from the building with my friends and it took us 2 hours and then we went down the stairs and then we escaped. It was really scary. So that was the first one. Then they interview them 5 years later. 5 years later, the story goes, I was by myself. I was trapped in there for 6 hours. No one came to get me. I had to climb out on my own. Then I came out and I hurt myself. But they're not lying. See, it's actually real for them. So there is no reality to talking about the past because your brain will warp it into different ways so that you can be safe, so that you can feel comfortable. So your mind does that to you. So when talking about the past, most likely it's not 100% accurate. So for me, we do talk about the past just a tiny little bit. What's most important is creating a future that you can live into. So a new future. So under hypnosis or even awakening hypnosis, we would always do a new timeline and create the timeline so that it's really real milestones, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. What's in your future? Because if you paint a really beautiful future, then you have goals to meet, real goals to come to. So we always do dream boards, okay? Like real deal.
You done your
cutting.
dream board?
Yeah.
I was talking to you about that the other
Yeah.
day.
I have
I've done my
like,
first dream board.
oh great.
Yeah.
That's so good. Oh, I'm so excited. You have to like post it.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my dream board. I have a photo of myself and behind me is a dream board. It's in my office.
Really?
And
Yeah.
everyone comes in and asks, what is that? Yeah. So I had a picture of myself on a microphone with
Yeah.
my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm just got the microphone on the stage.
Yeah.
And International Women is actually from that photo.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
realise. I went to the office yesterday.
Yeah.
And I saw the photo.
Yeah.
And that International Woman came from that one picture of me with a microphone on the stage.
Wow.
And I just sat in a boardroom full of people.
Were you aware of that?
No.
Or you just
I wasn't.
think back and then
Yeah,
it was on your dream board?
I just created the business on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then went into my office and saw that photo. And
Wow.
that photo's been there for 1 year and 3 months.
Wow.
And the business is
How do
happening.
you visualize? I mean, when you visualize on your vision board, do you visualize it and then you just totally forget it, or do you constantly?
Well, the vision board is actually not for your conscious mind. The vision board is your subconscious mind
Right,
at
okay,
work. So
okay.
vision boards are
So you
all
can just walk
subconscious.
past it,
Yeah,
and then
that's exactly
it's there on your
Yeah.
peripheral vision.
That's right.
You would just see it, is it?
That's exactly
Wow,
it. I
wow.
request everyone that's listening to create your dream boards.
Yeah.
So your dream board can be in the area of family, what you'd like. Then you do your business. Then you'll do your social life. Then you'll do travel. So every area of life, communication. So you have a board that has all of that. And then I always want you to do one that's, well, for my clients, I always ask them to do one for the people in their life. So if you do a dream board where you print out the people that you are with a lot and then the people that you want to now go with, because you are the average of the 7 people closest to you. So if you make a dream board where you see all the people, then you can judge where you are right now. And if you create a dream board for the people that you do want to later on associate with or rub shoulders with or have your business, then you would forward your game. So, if you hang out with what do they say? One bad apple, the whole box is bad.
I don't know. That quote.
so-
Where'd you get that from?
It's just like, so, if it's one person in your life that's kind of toxic, it will cause everything else in your life to be toxic as well. So if there's a box of apples in there and there's one rotten apple, the whole box will start to rot really quickly. So in business and in life, relationships are the most important. Relationships with people, and it is about who you know, but it's also about who you know and how well you know them. Okay? So, you know, if you're going to be around lots of happy people, then you'll just be happy. If you're around lots of sad people, that's just how you will go. It's just the rotten apple is in that box. It's going to go that way, you know. So, you know, make sure you have lots of positive people in your life. Happiness is about.
Well, I was looking at my vision board. I think I got one or two of them. One of them manifested. Right, so I was really happy about that, and there's a few others, and I just feel like it is in the process of it.
So good.
So yeah, we just have to wait and see, I guess. I'm not going to say anything as yet.
Yeah, so I hope out of our conversation today, everyone goes and starts their vision board. It's magazines, it's printing out things. You know, I did coach a few people, and they said, I'm just going to do it on Pinterest, or I'm just going to do it on my Facebook page, or no, there's something different about physically having something on the wall, physically cutting out pictures from a magazine, a travel book, physically getting the photos of the people that you are with, and physically getting the photos of people you want to be around. You know, so everyone knows 200 people. Okay, everyone knows 200 people. So in your people that you know, there will be someone that will change your life. And all you need to do is reach out to them, and that, you know, your life will be forwarded in such a lovely way. We are always one decision from a totally different life. You are always one decision from a totally different life. One decision.
What's the most important to you? Yeah.
Family. So my daughters.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just the most important thing. You know, I want to leave a legacy behind. I want to leave a legacy called, you know, I made a difference.
I made a difference.
Yeah. So I made a difference in people's lives. So if you meet my children, it's pretty phenomenal, and they deal with real stuff, you know. My daughters will ring me up. Even my daughter today, she goes, Mum, I need help. And then she'll just start to tell me what it is she's dealing with. Because for me as a mum, as soon as my daughters became teens, I said to them, you know, I'm not going to teach you about life anymore. You know, you're big and you're older now, and I don't want to be a nagging mum to you. So I'll never coach you about life until you ask. So, you know, they'll say, Mum, I need coaching, or Mum, I need help. And then I'll give them my 2 cents worth, or my, you know,
Well, you're going to have your women empowerment project,
right.
So they can join that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't just go up to them and nag them and say, be like that to them.
Yes. Well, how can hypnotherapy help with happiness?
So you can write out what it is that you want, and then I would say it to you. And there are scripts and stories and things. There are my therapy with it. But for me, what's been most effective is, you know what makes you happy. You know what you want. So then I just tell your subconscious mind. So I just tell you under hypnosis. And that's what's been the most effective for me with regard to happiness. So, you know, your brain is like, who are you to tell me what to do? Yeah. So mainly it believes you. So if you spend a fair bit of time writing out what it is you want, all your goals and all those things, like physically writing it out. I'm not talking about typing some on your phone or, you know, thinking about it in your brain. There's something different with getting a piece of paper out and using a pen and writing it out and doing your dream board and really going for it, you know. No one can give you happiness. No outside person, not even your partner, your lover. No one can give you happiness. No one can make you happy. Only you yourself can do that. And it's the opportunity of life. It's the opportunity in life for us to go really find out what it is, find out. That makes life delicious, to find out what it is that makes you happy, because different things make every different person happy. That's what has the world go round.
Yeah.
Down Under Radio.
Well, how did these people feel when after your session in hypnotherapy? So, I guess hypnotherapy can help people with happiness,
They're just naturally happy. They don't know why.
Yeah.
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 They don't know why. They just naturally
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how can people find you for help?
So you can find me if you search Yen Cleary Hypnotherapy,
Yes.
or if you search Pinnacle Health Clinic. I'm on that website. Yep. So if you Google Yen Cleary Hypnotherapy, you'll find me. And I can give my number now if you'd like.
Yeah. What's your contact?
Okay, so my phone number is 0410 343 778. That's 0410 343 778. I did hire an assistant, so that's getting on board now, but I'm not really sharing that yet because he's inundated with other phone calls and things like that, making calls.
Right.
But right now I will be taking calls, and then if anything further comes from it, then I'll send it on to him.
Yes.
But if I'm with a client, you can send me a text message. So
Okay. Fantastic. Well, any final words or shout outs?
Oh, thank you so much for letting me come and be with you again. It's just my privilege and pleasure. I have so much information in my mind and so much to share with everyone.
Yes.
Try to fit it all in one.
Well,
thing.
we'll have part 3 perhaps at some point, and perhaps we'll even open up a segment for you. What do you think, guys?
Be great.
Should Yen have her own segment? Let us know your comments. Well, Yen, thank you so much for taking the time out to join us once again. I hope you achieve this next venture with flying colours.
Yes, thank you. I'll be
And I know you can
updating everyone, and International Woman will be free to everyone, so it'll be really big. Yeah, so
yes,
I wanted to just forward everything. It's not about making money; it's just about being together, sharing, and just really giving of businesses and forwarding businesses, because if you make money, you can do a lot with it. So if we first of all empower our own business to be functioning really well, then the business can be more support to the community, offer charity, and we can do a lot of things if you have money. So, Mother Teresa, she is the biggest raiser of money, and she didn't, she wasn't about the money.
Yeah. Well, it sounds a really exciting project, and anyone who wants to participate in it can contact Yin and keep me up to date, hey?
I will.
And it's been a great pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Yen, once again. And thank you to all our listeners. We appreciate your support, and I hope you achieve what you set out to do. We hope that this segment can provide you an extra boost to your hopes and dreams. Wishing you much happiness and joy. Have a great day, and peace.